Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Barsele Mineral Corp's channel, a junior explorer expanding its gold assets in the prolific mining district of Sweden. We're getting some further updates as we head into some pivotal news and some catalysts coming up at the end of the month here to discuss Steve Cope, Senior Director of Business Development. As always, welcome back, sir.
Thanks. It's always good to be here. Excited.
Yeah, always
Coming to the fall. It's always a good time in our industry.
I know, right? But getting right into this, I know we're kind of getting into the milestone expectations here with some of these drill results, the assays coming up. Do you want to talk about some of the optimism kind of going on with you guys with maybe some expectations here and talk about kind of what we can expect?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of mentioned it before. We had some very good descriptions. We haven't seen the assays still yet. We're fully expecting those to come out on our monthly report we get from Agnico Eagle at the end of the September. That should have assays from Risk Brigade as well as some of the other targets that they've drilled so far. But based on just the optimism of what they've seen, we know they've added some follow-up holes in the Risk Brigade area on top of what they had budgeted for the year. And Risk Brigade's kind of cool because where it sits, you're not encumbered by anything. So you Risk Brigade an open pit there is very, very easy to do. And so again, they're by the descriptions, they hit some much wider areas of mineralization. Again, I don't know what the grades are going to be in that, but very broad, long mineralization, which was outside of where they've already, the kind of the 1,200 meters of strike length they had already defined. So again, it's an interesting area. It's an area that's completely outside of their existing resource on the project. Like I said, they've always said they've got 1,200 meters of strike length there already. So there's a lot of ounces in that area that would be added to the existing 2.5 million ounces on the project. So it's lots of options. It's good to see Agnico upping the program and going back and following up on something. So we're really excited to see what kind of grades or what kind of results they can get on that future drilling and maybe vectoring on some really high grade stuff. We'll see, but that's definitely a lot of optimism on our part and anxiously waiting. I think like most of our investors to see those assays.
Well, I'll definitely implore the viewers to subscribe for those updates and those catalysts when they hit the wire. But we've kind of abbreviated to in the past the recoveries exceeding 92%. Do you want to explain the process and exactly what that means?
Yeah, I mean, recovery is obviously a big part of any deposit, and how you recover it is important. And so that initial pass of metallurgy that Agnico did, getting that 92.6, what's important about that is actually 50 to 60% of that is going to come just by a gravity circuit, just crushing it down to a certain size, and because it's free gold, it's not bound in anything. You'll get probably 50-60% out based on crush size of the gold, and then the rest will just report to a CIL system, closed circuit cyanide leach system, which other mines in the area have used. This isn't anything crazy or out there as far as permitting it. And then that's what brings you recovering the rest up to that 92.6. And again, I mean, Agnico would say the same thing. That was a first pass. They think they can optimize that and get that number even higher. And I've seen that in the past with cyanide stuff, whether you pre-soak stuff before it goes into a process or your crushing sizes and getting it dialed in. I definitely think, but anything over 90% is fantastic. And again, I would expect ours by the time it's said and done, will be 95+% and in a cost effective method. There's not much of a, it just becomes a crushing exercise and nothing too crazy. We don't have to move it very far. It's we've said it over and over again. The infrastructure and the setup that we see here at this deposit is as good as it gets anywhere in the world. So again, it's just another box to check off that a lot of our competitors and peers they can't compete on that side of things.
Yeah, and as mentioned, I think in the realm of junior explorers here, you guys continue to be a bit of an outlier in the comparables, and I'll leave that up to the viewers to dig a little deeper into that. But we'd love to know what you think in that comment section below, and definitely consider subscribing again for those catalysts when they come into play and that news hits the wire. We'll bring it to you right here. But on that, we look forward to catching you in the next one.